Alex Rivera had made many questionable decisions in his 21 years of life. There was the time he tried to dye his own hair blonde and ended up looking like a radioactive carrot. There was the semester he'd convinced himself he could pass organic chemistry without attending a single lecture. Spoiler, he could not. And there was, most recently, the decision to pursue acting in Los Angeles with exactly zero connections, zero experience, and zero financial safety net. That last decision was currently biting him in the ass. Alex stared at his phone screen, watching the numbers in his bank account with the same morbid fascination one might watch a car crash in slow motion. $42.17. Rent was due in 3 days. Rent was $850. Alex was approximately $807.83 short of not being homeless. Cool, he muttered to the empty apartment. This is fine. Everything is fine. His roommate, Derek, had moved out 2 weeks ago after landing a recurring role on a cable drama. Derek had been insufferably gracious about it, offering to put in a good word for Alex before disappearing into his new life of actual success and probably avocado toast. Alex had not heard from Derek since. He flopped backward onto his mattress, which was on the floor because he couldn't afford a bed frame, and contemplated his options. Option 1. Call his parents and admit defeat. Move back to San Diego. Endure his mother's disappointed sighs and his father's pointed comments about practical career choices. Option 2. Sell a kidney on the black market. Option 3. Die. Simply cease to exist. None of these options appealed to him. With a groan, Alex opened the Gigs and Odd Jobs app on his phone. He'd found work there before. Dog walking, grocery delivery, one memorable stint as a living statue at a birthday party that had ended with a child biting his ankle. Today's listings were, as always, a smorgasbord of desperation. Dog walker needed. Must love dogs. Must have own car. Must be available 5 a.m. $10 per hour. Too early. And Alex did not have a car. Eking lawn care specialist for large estate. Experience required. Alex had once killed a cactus. Cactus. Those things were supposed to be unkillable. Professional line stander needed for Apple Store release. 18-hour commitment. Absolutely not. He was about to close the app in defeat when a new listing popped up, highlighted in urgent red. Urgent. Fake boyfriend needed. The family wedding this weekend. Need someone to pretend to be my boyfriend for 48 hours. Must be charming, or at least able to fake it. Reliable. Able to pretend to be madly in love. Willing to survive my insane family. Payment. $1,500 cash. Half upfront, half after. No experience necessary. Serious inquiries only. Contact mayachun@email.com. Alex sat up so fast he nearly gave himself whiplash. $1,500. That would cover rent and groceries and maybe even allow him to turn the heat on for once. Fake boyfriend, he thought. How hard could that be? He'd played a tree in his high school production of Into the Woods. He'd been an extra in a car insurance commercial. He was the blurry guy in the background who walked into a door. He had taken exactly 1 semester of intro to acting before dropping out due to creative differences with the professor. The professor had creative differences with Alex's complete lack of talent. But pretending to be in love, that was just acting with his whole body, and his words, and his face. Alex typed out an email before his common sense could stop him. Hey Maya. I'm Alex. I'm definitely charming at least 60% of the time, reasonably reliable. I've only missed 1 appointment this month, and that was because I forgot what day it was. And I am excellent at pretending to be in love. I once convinced my entire family that I was dating a Canadian model. She was very real and definitely not made up. I'm free this weekend and I'm very motivated to not be homeless. Please hire me. Enthusiastically yours, Alex Rivera. He hit send before he could second-guess himself. 23 minutes later, not that he was counting, his phone rang. Alex. Oh, thank God. The voice on the other end was frantic, slightly manic, and spoke at approximately 300 words per minute. I'm Maya. I got your email. You sound perfect. Or at least desperate enough to be perfect. Are you desperate? Please say you're desperate. I'm extremely desperate, Alex confirmed. Perfect. Okay, here's the situation. My cousin Ethan is getting married this Saturday. Big wedding. Huge family. And my parents. Oh God, my parents. They will not stop asking why I'm still single. I'm 23. That's not even old. But according to my mother, I should have been married with 2 kids and a mortgage by now. Alex made a sympathetic noise, though he wasn't entirely sure where he fit into this narrative. Anyway, Maya continued, if I show up to this wedding alone, my mom is going to try to set me up with Uncle Bob's podiatrist. His name is Gerald. He's 47. He has a comb-over and he thinks talking about foot fungus is appropriate dinner conversation. Cannot marry Gerald. Alex. I cannot. That does sound terrible. So, I need a fake boyfriend. Someone charming and cute and who can hold my hand and call me baby. And convince my family that I am a normal person with a normal love life. Can you do that? Alex thought about his bank account. He thought about Gerald the podiatrist. He thought about the very real possibility of sleeping on a park bench. I can absolutely do that, he said with more confidence than he felt. Maya made a sound like a deflating balloon. Oh, thank God. Okay. Payment is $1,500. I'll Venmo you half now. What's your handle? We need to meet before the wedding to get our story straight. Are you free Tuesday? There's a cafe on 3rd Street, Starbean. Meet me there at noon. Wear something cute. And practice your loving gaze. My loving gaze? You know, the way you look at someone when you're totally smitten. Soft eyes, slight smile, maybe a little bit of smolder. Alex had never smoldered in his life. He wasn't even sure his face was capable of smoldering. Got it, he lied. Soft eyes, smolder. I'll be there. Tuesday, Starbean Cafe. Alex arrived at Starbean 15 minutes early, which was possibly a first in his entire adult life. He'd spent an embarrassing amount of time that morning practicing his loving gaze in the bathroom mirror. The result had been less smitten romantic lead and more person experiencing intestinal distress. He'd given up and decided to wing it. Maya-chan was already there when he arrived, occupying a corner booth and surrounded by what appeared to be an entire filing cabinet's worth of papers. She was not what Alex had expected. For some reason, he'd pictured someone meeker, someone who would blend into the background at a family wedding. Instead, Maya-chan was a 5'6" explosion of color and chaos. Her hair was dyed bright pink and shaved on one side. She had at least 6 visible piercings. Her outfit consisted of a leather jacket covered in patches, ripped jeans, and combat boots that had definitely seen some combat. She looked like she ate podiatrists for breakfast. Alex! She waved frantically when she spotted him. Over here. I got you an oat milk latte. He slid into the booth across from her. Thanks. I've actually never had oat milk. Well, you're about to have a lot of it. That's our meet cute. Our... what? Maya shoved a folder across the table. The cover read, Operation. Convince my family I'm normal. In aggressive red marker. Our meet cute, she repeated. The story of how we met. Every couple has one. My parents are going to ask, guaranteed. We need to have our story straight. Alex opened the folder. Inside was a detailed, color-coded document that would have put a wedding planner to shame. Page 1 is our backstory, Maya explained. We met 3 months ago, right here at Starbean. You were sitting at the counter, looking all cute and brooding. Can you do brooding? You look like you can do brooding, and I came in for my usual order. You notice my pins, I have a lot of pins, and we started talking about... Hold on, I wrote it down. Shared interests in art and music. I don't know anything about art. You do now. Page 2 is your crash course in Impressionist painting. You love Monet. Specifically, you love water lilies because it represents the transient nature of beauty or something. I googled it. Alex flipped to page 2. It was a detailed summary of Claude Monet's biography, complete with flashcards. This is thorough. My family is thorough. They will ask follow-up questions. Aunt May once interrogated my cousin's boyfriend about his tax returns. At the dinner table, for 45 minutes, Alex suddenly felt underprepared for this mission. Okay, Maya continued. Page 3 is our relationship timeline. First date. Museum. Which museum? LACMA. You took me to see the Monet exhibit. You held my hand in front of water lilies and told me I was more beautiful than the painting. It was very romantic. Was it? It was extremely romantic. Page 4 is pet names. In public, you call me baby. Maybe sweetheart, if you're feeling fancy. Never honey. That's what my dad calls my mom, and it'll be weird. Alex's head was spinning. Anything else? Physical affection. You have to touch me in public. Hand-holding, arm around my shoulder. Maybe a cheek kiss if the situation calls for it. Nothing too intense. We've only been dating 3 months. We're not going to be making out in front of my grandmother. Right? No grandmother makeouts. Got it. Maya studied him with an intensity that made Alex want to check if he had something on his face. You're cuter than I expected, she announced. That's good. My mom will approve. Thanks. Now let's practice. Call me baby. Alex cleared his throat. Baby. Maya winced. That sounded like you were reading it off a cue card. I'm nervous. Don't be nervous. You're in love. Love isn't nervous. Love is definitely nervous. Have you ever been in love? They stared at each other. Maya burst out laughing. Okay, fair point. Let's try again. This time, imagine I just said something really sweet. Like, I love spending time with you. Now respond. Alex closed his eyes, took a breath, and tried to channel every romantic comedy he'd ever watched. Baby, he said, softer this time, letting a small smile curve his lips. I love spending time with you too. Maya clapped her hands together. Yes, that was adorable. Do that. Do exactly that. They spent the next hour running through scenarios. Meeting the parents, firm handshake, confident eye contact, compliment the house. Answering questions about the future, vague but optimistic. Handling Aunt May's inevitable interrogation. Redirect, deflect, and if all else fails, fake a bathroom emergency. By the time they finished, Alex felt like he'd completed a training montage in a sports movie. One more thing, Maya said as they gathered their things. My cousin Ethan, the groom, he has a brother. Liam. The name triggered something in the back of Alex's brain. A flicker of recognition he couldn't quite place. Liam's the golden boy, Maya continued. Successful doctor, ridiculously handsome, everyone's favorite. My parents are obsessed with him. If you can get Liam to like you, you're golden. Why would Liam not like me? He probably will. He's annoyingly friendly. Just don't embarrass yourself in front of him. He's kind of important. Alex nodded, making a mental note. Don't embarrass self in front of Liam. Should be easy. The Zhao family estate was less a house and more a monument to success. Alex stepped out of the Uber and immediately felt underdressed, despite the fact that he was wearing his nicest suit. Borrowed from Derek's leftover wardrobe, slightly too big in the shoulders, but passable. The mansion sprawled across what had to be at least 3 acres of perfectly manicured lawn. A long driveway lined with cherry blossom trees led up to a colonial-style main house, complete with white columns and a wraparound porch. To the left, Alex could see a garden pavilion draped in white fabric and flowers, clearly set up for the ceremony. To the right, a massive tent housed what would presumably be the reception. Fairy lights were strung between every available surface. A koi pond burbled peacefully near the entrance. In the distance, a string quartet was warming up with a slightly off-key rendition of Pachelbel's canon. Maya grabbed his arm, her grip surprisingly strong for someone her size. Okay, she breathed. We're doing this. Remember the plan. We're in love. We're happy. We're definitely not lying to my entire extended family. Got it. And if anyone asks about children, we're focused on our careers right now but open to the future. Page 7. You studied. I panicked at 3 a.m. and memorized the whole folder. Maya beamed at him. You're going to be great. Now, loving gaze. Alex attempted his loving gaze. Maya squinted at him. That's better than Tuesday. Let's go. They walked up the driveway hand in hand, and Alex tried to ignore the growing pit in his stomach. He could do this. It was just acting. It was just pretending. It was just lying to dozens of strangers about his entire romantic life for money. Totally normal. Totally fine. The front doors were open, and inside was chaos. Aunts and uncles milled about in various states of formal wear. Children ran shrieking through the halls, narrowly avoiding collision with harried-looking caterers. Someone was arguing loudly about the placement of the ice sculpture. In the corner, an elderly man was testing the sound system by singing what sounded like an extremely off-key version of "My Heart Will Go On." "Uncle Frank," Maya muttered. "He does this at every event. Just ignore him." They'd barely made it 3 steps inside before a woman descended upon them like a well-dressed hawk. Maya! Mrs. Zhao was elegant, immaculately dressed, and had the kind of smile that suggested she was mentally cataloging every detail for later analysis. "Mom!" Maya returned the hug with only slightly manic energy. "This is Alex. My boyfriend." Mrs. Zhao turned her attention to Alex, and he felt like he was being scanned by a particularly judgmental robot. "Alex," she said, extending her hand. "We've heard so much about you." "No, you haven't," Alex thought. "I literally didn't exist until a week ago." "Mrs. Zhao." He shook her hand firmly. Page 5 of Maya's folder. Confident handshake. 3 seconds maximum. "Thank you so much for having me. Your home is absolutely beautiful." Mrs. Zhao's expression softened by approximately 2%. "Thank you. Maya, your father's been looking for you. Something about the seating chart." "Oh God." Maya turned to Alex. "Will you be okay for a few minutes?" "Totally fine. I'll just mingle." Maya squeezed his hand, shot him a look that clearly said "don't blow this," and disappeared into the crowd with her mother. Alex stood alone in the chaos, feeling approximately as comfortable as a cat at a dog show. "You look lost." The voice came from behind him. Alex turned, and the world stopped. The man standing in front of him was tall, at least 6 feet 2 inches, with broad shoulders and the kind of effortlessly elegant posture that suggested either excellent genes or years of very expensive schooling. His dark hair was neatly styled, with just a hint of wave that Alex's hindbrain registered as unfairly attractive. His jaw was sharp enough to cut glass. His eyes were warm brown, crinkled slightly at the corners like he spent a lot of time smiling. He was wearing a charcoal suit that fit so perfectly it should have been illegal. He was, objectively, the most beautiful human being Alex had ever seen in person. He was also staring at Alex with an expression of complete shock. "Alex?" The man breathed. "Alex Rivera?" Alex's brain shorted out. How did this gorgeous stranger know his name? Had Maya warned people about him? Was this some kind of test? And then the man smiled, really smiled, and something in Alex's chest cracked open. That smile. That ridiculous, gap-toothed, face-transforming smile. "Oh God. Liam!" Alex whispered. "Liam Zhao." Liam Zhao, because it was definitely, impossibly, unbelievably him, let out a laugh that hadn't changed in 11 years. It was still too loud, still startled nearby conversations into silence, still made Alex feel like the sun had come out on a cloudy day. "Alex!" Liam surged forward and wrapped Alex in a hug so tight it lifted him off his feet. Alex made a sound that was somewhere between a squeak and a wheeze. "Oh my God," Liam was saying, setting him down but not letting go of his shoulders. "Oh my God. It's really you. After all this time. What are you? How are you? Why are you here?" Alex's brain was still not functioning. Liam Zhao is Liam. The Liam from Fireflies and comic books and the best summer of his life. Standing in front of him in a suit that cost more than Alex's rent. Looking like that. "I'm Maya's boyfriend." The words felt wrong coming out of his mouth. Something flickered in Liam's eyes, too fast for Alex to interpret, before his smile returned. "Maya's boyfriend, right? She mentioned she was bringing someone." Liam's hands were still on Alex's shoulders. They were very warm. I can't believe it's you. I looked for you, after you moved. You did. I sent letters, like a dozen of them, and postcards from every vacation. When I got old enough for social media, I searched for you constantly. But you just vanished. Alex's heart clenched. I never got any letters. My mom, she threw out anything she thought was junk mail. And I changed my name on social media. Privacy reasons. I searched Alex Rivera, California. So many times I'm pretty sure the algorithm thought I was a stalker. Alex laughed, and it felt like releasing a breath he'd been holding for 11 years. I can't believe you're here, Liam said again. His voice was softer now, his thumb tracing an absent pattern on Alex's shoulder. I thought about you so much, wondered what you were doing, if you were happy. Alex struggled to find the right words. I'm a broke actor pretending to date your cousin for money didn't seem like the right answer. I'm good. I'm really good. There you are. Maya's voice cut through the moment like a knife through butter. She appeared at Alex's side, looping her arm through his. I see you've met Liam. Liam, this is Alex. My boyfriend. She said the word with particular emphasis, shooting Liam a look that Alex couldn't interpret. Yes, Liam said slowly, his hands finally dropping from Alex's shoulders. We've met. Actually, we've known each other since we were kids. Maya's eyes went wide. Wait, seriously? We were neighbors in Willowbrook, Alex explained. Before I moved. Best friends, Liam added. Inseparable, actually. I can't believe you never mentioned him, Maya. I didn't know. Maya looked between them with an expression of dawning horror. Oh God, this is a lot. It's a good thing. Liam clapped Alex on the back, the gesture a little too forceful to be entirely casual. My childhood best friend is dating my cousin. It's like the universe wanted us to reconnect. Right, Maya said weakly. The universe. That's definitely what's happening here. Before the awkwardness could fully crystallize, a new voice joined the conversation. Liam, there you are. Ethan needs you for photos. A young woman in a bridesmaid dress, sage green, very elegant, appeared and grabbed Liam's arm. Duty calls, Liam said, shooting Alex one last look that was somehow both warm and unreadable. But we're catching up later. I have 11 years of stories to hear. He disappeared into the crowd, and Alex felt like he could breathe again. Maya immediately turned to him. You didn't tell me you knew Liam. I didn't know he was your Liam. You said his name was Liam Zhao. I knew a Liam Zhao, but there are probably a million Liam Zhaos in the world. There are not a million. And you wait. Maya's eyes narrowed. Why are you blushing? I'm not blushing. You are absolutely blushing. Your entire face is red. It's warm in here. It's 68 degrees. Alex groaned. Okay, fine. I maybe had a tiny, insignificant, extremely minor crush on him when we were kids. What? I was 8. He was 10 and cool and nice to me. It was purely platonic hero worship that manifested as butterflies. Maya stared at him. Then she started laughing. Deep, body-shaking laughter that drew the attention of several nearby relatives. Oh my God, she wheezed. Oh my God, this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster, and it's also the funniest thing that has ever happened to me. Can we focus, please? I'm supposed to be your boyfriend. Right. Maya composed herself with visible effort. Okay, new plan. Avoid Liam as much as possible. In this house? At this wedding? Where he's the groom's brother. We'll figure it out. Just don't look at him like that. Like what? Like he personally hung the moon. You're supposed to be looking at me like that. Alex took a deep breath. Right? Loving gaze. I've got this. Do you? Because right now you look like you're about to have a breakdown. That's just my face. The rehearsal dinner that evening featured a dance floor, which Alex had not anticipated and did not appreciate. All couples to the floor for a waltz, the DJ announced cheerfully. Let's practice for tomorrow's big celebration. Maya grabbed Alex's hand with the grip of someone who had no other choice. Can you dance? She whispered. Define dance. Move your feet rhythmically while not stepping on mine. Then, probably not. It went about as well as expected. Alex stepped on Maya's foot within the first 30 seconds. Then again at minute 1. By minute 2, Maya was visibly limping. Sorry, Alex hissed. I'm so sorry, baby. Just lead with your left. No, your other left. They crashed into another couple. The couple shot them dirty looks. Across the dance floor, Liam was dancing with an elderly aunt, leading her with effortless grace. Because of course he was. Because Liam Zhao was apparently good at everything, including looking like a prince at a ball while Alex looked like a newborn giraffe learning to walk. Their eyes met across the dance floor. Liam grinned, looking far too amused. You're staring, Maya muttered. Am not. R2. Left foot. Alex. Left. They collided with the refreshment table. A tower of wine glasses wobbled dangerously but, miraculously, did not fall. The dance ended. Alex had never been more relieved to hear silence. Disaster the second. The interrogation. Dinner was a formal affair, with assigned seating and more forks than Alex knew how to use. Unfortunately, Alex's assigned seat was directly across from Grandma Zhao. Grandma Zhao was 92 years old, 4 feet 11 inches tall, and had the piercing gaze of someone who had survived multiple wars and was not impressed by anything. So, she said, fixing Alex with a stare that made him want to confess to crimes he hadn't committed. You are Maya's boyfriend. Yes, ma'am. How did you meet? Starbeam Cafe. Alex launched into the prepared story. 3 months ago, Maya came in for her usual order, and I noticed her pins. She has really interesting pins, and we started talking. What is your occupation? I'm a graphic designer. Maya had decided this was more respectable than struggling actor. She was probably right. And your family? My parents live in San Diego. I have one older sister. She's an accountant. Grandma Zhao made a noise that could have meant anything from approval to deep skepticism. And when are you going to marry my granddaughter? Alex choked on his water. Mom, Mrs. Zhao interjected. They've only been dating 3 months. In my day, 3 months was plenty of time. Grandma Zhao fixed Alex with her unblinking stare. Are you a man of action or a man of hesitation? I'm definitely a man who respects Maya's timeline and personal choices regarding major life decisions. Silence. Then Grandma Zhao let out a bark of laughter. Good answer. You are smarter than you look. Thank you, Alex managed. From 3 seats down, Liam was watching the exchange with undisguised entertainment. When Alex glanced his way, Liam raised his glass in a mocking toast. You're enjoying this, Alex thought. Liam's expression said, absolutely. After dinner, Alex escaped to the terrace for air. His face hurt from fake smiling, his feet hurt from fake dancing, and his brain hurt from fake everything. Rough night. Liam appeared beside him, 2 glasses of champagne in hand. He offered one to Alex. You have no idea. They stood in comfortable silence for a moment, looking out at the fairy light-studded garden. The evening was cool, and Alex could hear distant laughter from inside. I can't believe you're really here, Liam said softly. After all these years. I can't believe you remembered me. Liam turned to look at him. Alex, I never forgot you. Not for a single day. Something about his tone made Alex's heart skip. We were just kids. You were my best friend. My only real friend that summer. Everyone else just wanted to know me because of my family. But you... Liam's voice trailed off. You just wanted to catch fireflies and build forts. You didn't care about any of the rest of it. I didn't even know there was a rest of it. Exactly. Liam's smile was soft. I searched for you for years. When I finally gave up, I told myself that maybe you'd moved on, made new friends, forgotten about Willowbrook. I didn't forget, Alex said quietly. I still have the comic book. Liam's breath caught. You do. Space Knights and the Boy Who Could Fly. I kept it in a box for years. I'm pretty sure it's still at my parents' house somewhere. I can't believe you remember that. How could I forget? You drew me as a superhero. That was... Alex struggled to find the words. That was everything, Liam. That whole summer was everything. They were standing very close now. Alex could smell Liam's cologne, something warm and woodsy, and see the faint freckles scattered across his nose. Maya's lucky? Liam murmured, his gaze dropping to Alex's lips for just a moment. To have someone who looks at her the way you look at. He stopped. Something complicated moved across his face. The way I look at who? Alex asked. Before Liam could answer, the terrace door burst open. There you are. Maya appeared, slightly breathless. Alex, Aunt May wants to show you her vacation photos. All 3,000 of them. I'm so sorry, but you have to come. Now. Alex shot Liam an apologetic look and allowed himself to be dragged away. Liam watched them go, his expression unreadable. Alex woke on the morning of the wedding with a crick in his neck and a crushing sense of impending doom. He'd been given a guest room that was approximately the size of his entire Los Angeles apartment, complete with a 4-poster bed and an ensuite bathroom with more towels than any human could reasonably use. It should have been luxurious. Instead, Alex had spent most of the night staring at the ceiling and thinking about Liam Zhao. This is a problem, he thought. This is a very significant problem. He was supposed to be Maya's devoted boyfriend. Instead, he couldn't stop thinking about the way Liam's eyes crinkled when he smiled, or the warmth of his hand on Alex's shoulder, or the way he'd said, I never forgot you. Get it together, Rivera. This is a job that pays rent. A job that does not involve having feelings for your fake girlfriend's cousin. A knock at the door interrupted his spiral. Alex! Maya's voice was muffled through the wood. You awake? I need to talk to you. He opened the door to find Maya still in her pajamas, her pink hair in disarray. We have a problem, she said. What kind of problem? My parents are placing bets on when you're going to propose. What? Apparently, your answer to Grandma's question last night impressed everyone. You're clearly serious about me. Maya made aggressive air quotes. My mom asked if I wanted her heirloom engagement ring. Alex felt like he was going to faint. We've been dating for 3 months. I know, but this family is insane about weddings. Once one person gets married, everyone expects dominoes. What do we do? Maya took a deep breath. We survived today. After the wedding, we can break up gently. Long distance, maybe. Career priorities. Something that doesn't make either of us look bad. Right? Okay. We can do this. We can do this, Maya repeated, though she didn't sound convinced. The wedding itself was beautiful. Ethan Zhao, the groom, stood at the altar looking equal parts terrified and overjoyed. His bride, a lovely woman named Jennifer, walked down the aisle in a cloud of white silk and happy tears. Alex sat in the third row, Maya's hand clasped in his, and tried very hard to focus on the ceremony instead of the fact that Liam was standing at the front as best man. Liam looked devastating in his formal suit, boutonniere pinned to his lapel, his expression soft as he watched his brother pledge his life to the woman he loved. At one point, their eyes met across the rows of guests. Liam smiled. Alex's heart did something complicated and inadvisable. You're squeezing my hand too tight, Maya whispered. Sorry. Also, you're supposed to be looking at me like that. I know. You're failing. I know. The reception was a whirlwind of speeches, toasts, and an inexplicable amount of food. Alex met approximately 40 relatives, forgot all of their names immediately, and consumed his weight in spring rolls to cope with the stress. The groom's speech was touching. The maid of honor's speech was funny. And then it was Liam's turn. He stood at the microphone, looking out at the assembled crowd, and smiled that ridiculous, heart-stopping smile. For those who don't know me, Liam began. I'm Liam, Ethan's older brother. And for the record, I was absolutely the favorite child. No one can prove otherwise. Laughter rippled through the crowd. When Ethan told me he was getting married, my first thought was, it's about time. My second thought was, how did he convince someone to marry him? More laughter. Ethan shouted something indignant from the head table. But then I met Jennifer, and I understood. Liam's voice softened. Because that's what love does, isn't it? Take someone you thought you knew, yourself, your life, your plans, and it completely rewrites the story. You think you know what you want, and then someone walks in and suddenly everything you thought you knew becomes irrelevant. Alex felt Liam's gaze find his across the room. I spent a long time, Liam continued, thinking I'd missed my chance at that the right person had come and gone, and I'd been too young or too slow to realize it. But watching Ethan and Jennifer, I think maybe life gives us second chances, if we're brave enough to take them. The room erupted in applause. Liam raised his glass. To Ethan and Jennifer, and to second chances. Alex's heart was pounding so loud he was sure Maya could hear it. What was that about? Maya whispered. I have no idea, Alex lied. After the speeches, Alex excused himself to find the bathroom. Actually, hide and have a minor breakdown. He found himself wandering the back hallways of the mansion, away from the reception, trying to calm his racing thoughts. He was looking at me during that speech. Was he looking at me? Maybe he was looking at the exit sign behind me. That's more likely. There's no way Liam Zhao, successful, handsome, perfect Liam Zhao, was making pointed romantic speeches about me. Alex turned a corner and nearly crashed into Liam. Oh, Alex stumbled backward. Sorry, I was just looking for somewhere to hide? Liam smiled. Me too. These things are exhausting. They stood in the narrow hallway, suddenly very close. The sounds of the reception felt far away. I liked your speech, Alex said, because his brain had apparently decided to stop filtering. Did you? Liam took a step closer. Any particular part? The second chances part. I meant that. Liam's voice dropped low. Every word. The air between them felt charged, electric. Alex's heart was racing. Liam, Wait. Liam glanced around, then grabbed Alex's hand. Come with me. He pulled Alex around the corner and into a pantry. A walk-in pantry the size of a small bedroom, lined with shelves of canned goods and dry pasta. Why are we in a pantry? Alex asked. Privacy. Liam closed the door behind them, plunging them into semi-darkness. Only the faint glow from a high window illuminated the space. Alex, I need to tell you something. Okay. Liam took a deep breath. I know you're with Maya, and I know I should keep my mouth shut, but I've waited 11 years and I can't. He ran a hand through his hair, messing up the careful styling. When we were kids, you were the first person who ever made me feel like myself. Not Liam Zhao, the doctor's son. Not Liam Zhao, the kid who was supposed to be perfect. Just Liam, the kid who built forts and made comic books. Liam. And when you moved, it felt like losing a piece of myself. I looked for you for years. I compared everyone I dated to the memory of you, which is insane because we were children, but no one ever felt as easy, as right. Alex's chest was tight. I didn't know you felt. I never told you. We were kids. And then you were gone. Liam stepped closer, until there was barely any space between them. But you're here now. And you're with my cousin, which is torture, by the way. Liam. But I needed you to know that I meant what I said. About second chances. About how sometimes the right person comes back into your life when you least expect it. Alex's brain was screaming at him. Tell him the truth. Tell him this is fake. Tell him. Liam's hand came up to cup Alex's face, unbearably gentle. I don't expect anything, Liam whispered. I know you're with Maya, but I couldn't let another 11 years go by without telling you that I never stopped thinking about you. That you've always been. The pantry door swung open. There you are. Maya stood in the doorway, eyes wide as she took in the scene. Liam's hand on Alex's face, the minimal distance between them. Oh, okay. This is happening. They sprang apart so fast Alex nearly knocked over a shelf of canned tomatoes. Maya! Alex's voice was approximately 3 octaves too high. This isn't. We were just having an emotionally charged conversation in a dark pantry? Maya's expression was unreadable. Yeah, I got that. Liam at least had the grace to look embarrassed. Maya, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Stop. Maya held up a hand. Then, bizarrely, she started laughing. Oh my God. Oh my God. I knew it. I knew something was off. Knew what? Alex asked weakly. You. She pointed at Liam. And you. The finger swung to Alex. You have been making heart eyes at each other since the moment Alex walked in. I thought I was imagining it, but this, she gestured at the pantry. This confirms everything. Maya, I'm so sorry, Alex started. Don't be. Maya's laugh was genuine now. Alex, I need to tell you something. I wasn't entirely honest when I hired you. What do you mean? Maya took a deep breath. I didn't just need a fake boyfriend to get my parents off my back. I needed one because I don't date men. Silence. You're... Alex blinked. What? I'm gay. Very gay. Exceptionally gay. I have a girlfriend, her name is Zoe. She's a graphic designer, and she's amazing. But I wasn't ready to tell my family yet, so I thought if I showed up with a boyfriend, they'd stop asking questions long enough for me to figure out how to come out. Oh, Alex said. Then, I'm sorry I wasn't upfront. I was scared, and I thought if you knew the full truth, you wouldn't take the job. I absolutely still would have taken the job. I was about to be homeless. I know that now. Maya smiled. But here's the thing, you being here, watching you and Liam circle each other like lovesick idiots, it made me realize something. What? Life's too short to pretend. If you love someone, tell them, before it's too late. She looked at Liam, then back at Alex. I'm going to go back to the reception, tell my parents about Zoe, and probably cause a minor family scandal. You too. She waved her hand. Figure your stuff out. She turned and walked away, leaving Alex and Liam alone in the pantry. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then Liam let out a shaky laugh. Well, that was unexpected. Yeah. Alex was still processing. So, you knew? That Maya was. I suspected. She's my cousin. I know her better than she thinks. But I didn't want to out her, so I kept quiet. And you knew she hired me? I figured that out about 30 seconds after seeing you two interact. Liam's smile was wry. The oat milk latte story was very detailed, but you looked at her like someone waiting for a dental appointment, not someone in love. Alex groaned. I really am a terrible actor. Terrible, Liam agreed cheerfully. But I didn't care, because you were here. After all this time, they were standing close again. In the dim light of the pantry, Liam's eyes looked soft, warm. So, Alex said carefully, if I'm not actually dating Maya, then theoretically you might be available. Theoretically. Liam reached out, fingers brushing against Alex's hand. Alex, I've waited 11 years. I'm done waiting. Me too, Alex whispered. And then, because he'd never been particularly good at holding back, I loved you, you know, when we were kids. I didn't have words for it then, but looking back, you were my first crush. My first everything. Liam's breath caught. Yeah. The space between them dissolved. Liam's hand came up to cup Alex's face again, and this time no one interrupted. Can I kiss you? Liam asked, voice barely above a whisper. If you don't, I'm going to be very annoyed. Liam laughed. That same ridiculous, wonderful laugh, and then his lips met Alex's. The kiss was soft at first, tentative, testing. But then Alex's hands fisted in the lapels of Liam's suit, pulling him closer, and it became something else entirely. 11 years of missing each other, of searching, of almost giving up. It all poured into that kiss. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Liam rested his forehead against Alex's. That was worth waiting for, he said. Agreed. Though maybe next time, somewhere that doesn't smell like canned pasta. Liam laughed. Deal. Epilogue. 1 year later. The Zhao family backyard was decorated for their second major event in a year. Not a wedding this time, though several relatives kept making pointed comments, but the annual Backyard Olympics, revived by popular demand. Alex stood at the starting line for the sack race, eyeing his competition with mock seriousness. "You're going down, Zhao." Liam grinned at him from the neighboring sack. "You've said that every year for the past 11 years, and you've never once beaten me. This is my year. I can feel it. You said that last year, and the year before that. And, shut up and hop." The whistle blew. They were off. Alex made it approximately 3 hops before faceplanting into the grass. Liam, because the universe had no sense of fairness, crossed the finish line without a single stumble. "Winner," Maya announced from the judging booth. Beside her, Zoe was filming everything for Instagram. Liam, for the 14th consecutive year. "Rigged," Alex shouted from the ground. "This competition is rigged." Liam offered him a hand up, still grinning. "Face it, Rivera. I'm just superior." "You're superior at cheating, maybe?" "Poor loser. Champion gloater." Liam pulled him in for a kiss, which was becoming his go-to method for winning arguments. Alex couldn't bring himself to complain. Later, after the competitions were finished and the sun was setting, they sat on the back porch together. Liam's arm was around Alex's shoulders, both of them watching the fireflies begin to emerge in the garden. "Remember when we used to catch these?" Alex asked. "I remember you cried every time we released them." "I did not cry." "You absolutely cried. You said they needed their families." Alex elbowed him. "I was 8. Still the same soft-hearted person," Liam said fondly. "It's one of my favorite things about you." They sat in comfortable silence for a moment. Then Liam shifted, pulling something from his pocket. "I got you something." It was a book hand-bound with a hand-drawn cover. The art was better than it had been 11 years ago, clearly done by someone who'd taken a few lessons, but the style was unmistakable. "Space Knights and the Boy Who Could Fly. The Sequel," Alex read. "Written and illustrated by Liam Zhao." "Open it." Alex turned to the first page. 2 figures, no longer stick figures but actual people, stood on a rocket-powered skateboard among the stars. One was tall with messy brown hair. The other was shorter with a bright smile. "And they lived happily ever after," the caption read. "For real this time." On the inside cover in neat blue ink. "For Alex, my best friend, my second chance, my forever love. Don't ever forget me. Promise?" "Liam." Alex's eyes were definitely not watering. "That would be ridiculous." "I promise," he whispered. Liam pulled him closer. Above them, the fireflies danced, and the summer stretched on forever. The end. If you've watched the story till this point, don't forget to tell me where you're watching from. Thank you for watching and have an amazing day.